Let's take a look at currencies now, particularly as eyes turn to the US for the inflation data print tomorrow. To take us through it, it's Peter McGuire from XM, and he joins us now live. Peter, Happy New Year to you. Great to have you back in 2022. So it's all about this inflation print. What are you expecting?
Well, good afternoon, Kara. It's good to see you. And there's no doubt that it's going to be at 40-year highs, so it's going to be interesting what it's crept up over the last couple of weeks. So if we do hit a 7 handle, do we hit 7.1, 7.2? You know, what's the number going to be? And I really think that that's going to keep Powell very focused on one thing, and that is getting these rate rises underway. And how many do we see over the 2022 calendar year, Kara?
So what's the trade here, Pete? I guess the US dollar, but what direction?
Well, it's 95.5 at the moment, that US dollar index. So it's been choppy. It's been, up as high as that 96 and a bit. So I think that a bit of steam's come out of it. We've seen rallies over the last couple of days as far as crude's had a really strong move to the upside. You got that 10-year bond price. So maybe that inflation number comes out. Hold on to the wheel tight because it could be choppy, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it whipsaw a bit, Kara.
What are the biggest risks for you in 2022?
Biggest risks, I think, are going to be, that's an interesting one across so many different frontiers. I think geopolitics is going to be an interesting, the Ukraine-Russia situation, what's going on as far as COVID, how that runs its course. What's the differential between emerging markets and the likes of, say, mature markets with interest rate policy? Where does Japan play? Our economy here, there's plenty of people still hurting and hurting bad if you're looking at the networks as far as families. So I think that there's a lot to think about, and I think it's going to be a very volatile year, to put it mildly. I really think that this could be a real, strap yourself in.
All right, so volatility is the name of the game then. If you're a trader, you obviously like that. What are the particular instruments that you'd be looking for that volatility? Would it be the risk currencies like the Australian dollar?
Could well be. We're sitting at 72 and a bit. I wouldn't be surprised also to think of gold possibly edging higher. I think if rates go up, I think the fear factor, they might put it down, but I think that, I think that'll come home to roost, all of that free money that we've given away over the last couple of years, but that's just another part of the big puzzle. Yeah, Aussie dollar's always a great market to trade. It never short of surprises, Kara. It trades between 70 and 80, and it's all over the shop, and there's a lot of basis points over that 10-cent window, so you can do very, very nicely out of it, can't you?
Well, Pete, you just mentioned WTI crude there. What price action are we seeing at the moment?
Well, we had a nice move to the upside. Wasn't that long ago, just before Christmas, and it was, is everyone sitting there, and is it 70 going to be a new number for January? And here we are. We've got Brent sitting at 83.5, 83.65. You got WTI at 81.30. So they've been very strongly bid up, and if that inflation number comes in where I think it'll come in, then there's probably further push up for the crude market over the next couple of weeks. And that geopolitical, I think that premium may be $1 or $2 in there as far as the Kazakhstan and the issues as far as Libya as well. So that possibly has got a little bit, more horsepower to run in that market.
Pete, I know you're a trader and you love volatility. I'm not sure we've ever spoken about crypto. Is it one that you like trading?
Yeah, absolutely. Have a look at 42,000 for Bitcoin. I was just listening to your previous guest, and I'm going, as you know, I got a couple of kids and they all follow it. So I'm never surprised, considering the pull down or the drawdown that we've seen from that, those high numbers. Putting your mind back a little while ago, it was at 68 or 69,000. We're at 42,000. It's had it's copped it hard. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin continue, and all the others as well, continue to be very volatile over the first 3 to 6 months. It's too hard to forecast any further out from there, but what the overall themes are as far as central banks, the adoption as far as crypto, Chinese, Indian, and so on, and where do the Bitcoin players play in all of that? All I know one thing, Kara, if you talk to young people, anyone under 30, or really probably 40, our age group, then everyone's got a focus on it, and everyone's they're right on that page, Kara. So it looks like it's the new frontier leading up over the next couple of decades.
But I guess the question on everyone's lips, is it the new gold? Because gold hasn't performed in this high inflationary environment, and yet everyone's been drawn to crypto.
Well, that's right. I mean, maybe it is the new gold, Kara. That's so, yeah. And again, that volatility side, there are so many moving parts to all this. Maybe it is the new gold, though. I still think gold's going to shine. I really do. I think that, this year and next year, it could be a nice home to be, physical, that is. The store of value. I still believe that, those large population bases, very much Middle East, the Indian and the Chinese appetite for it. So you're talking a couple of billion people there, about 3 billion. So they've got a very strong appetite to gold. And I don't see that waning in any fashion or form over the foreseeable future.
Pete, always great to chat with you. Thanks so much for joining us from XM.
Good to see you, Kara. Thank you.